What were the scariest moments for you?
Pardon?
What were the scariest moments for you?
The saddest moment I think I had when I had to leave to go in the service. But there was a lot of my folks were there, my future wife was there, and that was sad. You had to say goodbye. And I think that was one of the saddest things, yes.
Was it difficult being separated from your family and friends for such a long period of time?
Oh yes, yeah. We try to communicate with our families as much as possible, but they call it the email, the little email that they sent out. We couldn't say too much because we didn't want to communicate and let the Germans know exactly where I was. So we had to be careful how we talked.
What was the food like?
Pardon?
What was the food like when you were there?
Would you?
What was the food like when you were there?
Well, when you're sad, it's hard to explain it.
What was the food like?
The food, we'll get into that. I'll tell you something. It wasn't too bad. They had some rations. They had the K ration. But the only thing I didn't get used to and I couldn't eat it was Spam. Spam was awful. But I liked the cheese. We had cheese. I got a K ration. Then there was a chocolate, little chocolate, chunks of chocolate. I can remember laying in a pillbox in France. And one of my buddies said, "Ben, you haven't eaten them." I said, "Well, take one of these little blocks of chocolate," and it was like a meal. It was very good. A little block of chocolate.
Where did you stay?
Where did I stay is when you're in the service, you have a barracks bag. That was your home. And where'd you stay? Sometimes to sleep, you had to sleep wherever you could, on the ground or wherever it was, or a foxhole to survive. But to stay warm was a big thing. And you didn't get time to change clothes. You just kept going and going.
Were there any types of bugs or creatures that were different from our part of New York?
No, I didn't run into anything in Europe as far as the bugs would be different. No, I did not.
Did you have any friends that you fought with? If so, who are they?
Well, I still communicate with some friends, and I remember when I got married, I had 2 or 3 of them in my wedding, so they came to the wedding too. Yeah.
What are their names?
Pardon?
What are their names?
One was last name was Wolf, and one guy was I'll think of his name in a minute. But we became very friendly. And